I turned back to the TV, and Edeled swung the axe at my Mii's neck, decapitating him. And there was still no blood. However, I still did see red stains on my Mii's neck and head. I was done at this point. I ran to the Wii and repeatedly pressed the power button, but it didn't work. I tried again and again and again. I was nervous. I didn't want to click it, but if I was gonna find this Mii's origin, I had to continue. I clicked the file and a video opened. It was static for a while, but then it cut to a hallway with hospital beds lined up next to one another. Each bed had a Mii laying down on it, hooked up to life support machines, and you can clearly hear the beeping sounds of the machines. But most disturbingly, you can hear the moans and cries of the Miis laying on the beds. The camera moved through the hallway slowly, and it stopped and turned to one of the beds. A pale Mii was laying down on it. Then after a while, the Mii flatlined. The strange thing is that the Miis in this video can make different expressions, like being sad or angry. There were also Miis who were making expressions that weren't even possible for a Mii to make. I saw some that were full-blown crying. The screen then cut to static for a while. About 30 seconds pass, and a loud scream catches the attention of everybody in the office. I whipped my head to face the door to the room that Henry was in, and all I saw was one of my coworkers standing there, shaking. Everyone got up, left their cubicles, and ran to the room. And when I managed to get a good look into the room, I almost fainted. Henry was laying on the floor, dead. His body was dark, unrecognizable, as if he were electrocuted. The result was an office-wide panic. People were screaming, calling the police. Some even vomited right there on the scene. But the buttons at the bottom of the text box were hard to read, as their textures were all messed up. I decided to take a guess at which one was yes. I clicked on one button, and it appears I was right. After I deleted the corrupted Mii, Edeled turned towards the camera.
Thank you.
Edeled's voice was different this time. It was still sort of low-pitched, but it also felt a bit higher-pitched. It also felt less distorted, which was still on. What I saw on screen was a note. A note from Edeled. It read this.
Dear Sam, if you're reading this, the Wii's now completely melted. My spirit no longer exists in it. But I'm writing this to tell you how grateful I am. For as far as I can remember, I was never treated with as much respect and kindness as you have. I was bullied, and I was punished. While my mother always loved me and my brother, she was always in a sad state. I never thought that I would be happy, not even as a Mii. But after I met you, I felt some happiness. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for making my last few days on this earth happier for me. Sure, I was shocked and put in pain, but what makes me happy is that you cared. You cared about me. You cared about my well-being. I never, ever got that in the past. So, one last time, thank you, Sam, and farewell. Sincerely, Henry.
After I read the note, I turned off the TV.
Oh, Austin, if only I could have a little more time to play with you. You see, you weren't meant to last long here in this company. See you on the other side, old friend. Then, Henry took his final swing. Without hesitation, I quickly rushed at Henry, leaving him with no time to react. I grabbed him by the neck and pulled him up. With a grin on my face and a scared look on Henry's, I glared down at my hand. I forgot I had modeled it to be low poly, so they looked like claws. I realized they were perfect for the job. I smiled, and swiftly cut Henry's head off with my claws. I dropped Henry's dead body on the floor, but I was still not satisfied. I knew that Henry would appear on the hallway again at any minute, and he would most likely find a way to get back to the Me channel. So, I figured that playing with Henry for the rest of eternity wouldn't be satisfactory, since he would come back again and again. I started walking. I wanted to find a way to punish Henry for all that he did to me once and for all.
13 people died and we deleted you. All of them dudes, giving us this blueberry pie chart. And how about some extra knowledge? Here's a pie chart showing who died. Henry died 3 times. Austin died twice. While every killing that was neither of them was a random me. Well, at least this is mostly the colors of the entire series, as you can see right here. And that's all I have to say about this part. With a runtime of 204 minutes, that comes to a kill on average about every... Which makes this, as of right now, the longest thing I have covered on the kill count. I'll give the golden chainsaw for the coolest kill to Austin, because it's the only scene with blood in this entire series. And it's a decapitation, which I personally think is pretty cool. Dull Machete for lamest kill, by default, will go to Henry. Because first, it's an off-screen death, and second, he was doing it while drunk. And that's all I have to say about this kill. It's kind of lame.